Hello viewers, today I will tell you how I had prepared for MRCS Part A and passed it in the very first attempt with the hope that this information will help you in your preparation journey in what is admittedly a very challenging exam. First things first, I passed the intercollegiate MRCS Part A in September 2022. When I had applied for the exam, I had already completed post-graduation in ENT. So if you are also someone not from the general surgery background, not pursuing post-graduation in general surgery or a specialist in general surgery, then you might find my experience reassuring. If you are from the general surgery background, then passing MRCS Part A will be slightly easier for you than it was for me. However, let's not compare our individual circumstances because it is difficult for each one of us, and just crack on and describe how I prepared for MRCS Part A. First things first, I searched on Google how to pass MRCS Part A. Why did I do this? Why didn't I ask someone for guidance? Firstly, I did not ask anyone for guidance because whenever I would ask someone, either they would discourage me or they would create a situation which would lead to inadvertent delays, such as they would say things like, I'll also prepare for this exam, but 6 months down the line, and slowly 6 months would get transformed into 6 years. Also, the other thing was I had a very bad habit of procrastinating. So instead of waiting for someone to guide me, I decided to trust Google, and I found out that if one read 2 reliable online preparation resources in depth, then that would prove to be adequate to pass MRCS Part A. I had chosen eMRCS and PASS Test. Both of these are online subscription preparation resources. They have a question bank with detailed explanations, and they also provide a lot of mock tests. PASS Test also has a very interesting section called Anatomy Dissection Videos, and these prove to be particularly useful because anatomy is a big chunk of MRCS Part A syllabus. If you want a detailed breakdown of MRCS Part A syllabus, then please check out the 6th video, video number 6 on my YouTube channel in chronological order. Moving on, how did I prepare for MRCS Part A? I had the habit of answering 50 multiple choice questions daily. During this daily habit of answering 50 multiple choice questions, I would not berate myself if I was not able to answer these questions correctly. Even if I would get all 50 wrong, I would not be too harsh with myself. The only thing I would check myself from doing is resorting to guesswork. Often when you don't know the answers to any questions, you can end up guessing. Guessing does not help, because if you don't know the answer to a question, you can still try to get to a logical answer, because believe me, these are not new questions asking you new information. This is all from your MBBS curriculum, which you may have forgotten because of lack of revision. But when you read the explanations thoroughly, the information does come back to you. Think of appearing in a math exam now. It might appear to be very difficult if you have not been in touch, but you passed it when you were 18 years old. I passed it when I was 18 years old. So I knew that I could still pass MRCS Part A because this was largely MBBS syllabus, general surgery and basic sciences questions. The key thing in the initial stage of preparation is to build a habit. I wanted to build the habit of solving multiple choice questions, 50 questions at a time. You can go for a lower target if that is more convenient for you, but with time you have to increase the daily number, and I was able to finish the entire question bank of eMRCS and PASS Test in roughly 3 months without resorting to guesswork. The problem with guesswork is, if you answer a question with any sort of logic, even if it is flawed logic, and then you read the explanation, if your flawed logic proved to be correct, then your logic gets reinforced. If the answer was something else, then you can flag that question, and these questions are going to be the questions that you need to watch out for during the actual exam. However, and this helps during revision, when you are revising, you get to see which questions you were getting wrong when you were trying to answer them the first time. So it is particularly useful. However, if you answer questions based on guesswork, when you are revising, you don't understand whether a particular question was answered correctly because you knew the answer or you got it correct because of a lucky guess. So I would strongly discourage guesswork during the preparation phase. The other thing I want to highlight, while preparing, you have to consider mock tests as a part of your preparation process. It is an integral part of your preparation process. I would even go so far as to say your preparation is incomplete if you have not taken multiple mock tests. Mock tests are not a marker of how good your preparation is. Mock tests are a part of your preparation because you also have to practice being able to concentrate for 5 hours at a stretch. Why do you need to do this? Because MRCS Part A is a 2-paper exam. The first paper is of 3 hours duration, contains 180 multiple choice questions. Each question has 5 options. You have to select the single best answer for each question. Then there is a gap of 1 hour, then another paper of 2 hours duration, 120 questions, multiple choice questions, 5 options. Again, you have to select the single best answer for each question. There are no negative markings, but answering each question requires a lot of concentration as well as efficient time management. All of this is only possible if you are able to take multiple mock tests, recreating the exam scenario or mimicking the exam scenario by preferably taking the test in a quiet room without any distractions. I know all of this is very difficult to do, but you have to make it possible. Without this, your preparation is going to be quite incomplete. Now, coming to the last topic, some people have talked about anatomy being the most difficult part of the exam. Maybe true, because anatomy does form a big chunk of the MRCS Part A questions. Personally, I did not find anatomy questions that difficult, perhaps because I had access to anatomy dissection videos provided by past test. I found physiology questions quite complicated and troublesome. So I feel Andrew Raftery's Basic Sciences book is particularly useful, although I did not read this book before MRCS Part A. When I had come back from the exam, I was going through this book and I found several answers to several questions that had been asked on the day of the exam that had appeared in my exam, and I found the answers to those questions in a single chapter of Raftery. So I did make a mental note after the exam that in the event I did not pass MRCS Part A in the very first attempt, I would book the exam again, and this time I would definitely read Andrew Raftery's Basic Sciences book. However, this need did not arise because I received the happy news that I passed MRCS Part A in the very first attempt itself, and I hope the same thing happens to you as well. If you need any further advice regarding how to prepare for MRCS Part A, feel free to check out many of my videos on this channel. I have described how to pass MRCS Part A in detail. I have shared my experience. I even shared the experience of another doctor who got 80% in MRCS Part A. So feel free to check those videos out. Thank you for watching this particular video. Take care. All the best for your exams. Bye bye. And please don't forget to be awesome.